When you pulled the gun up and the gun went off, what was your mind frame and your thoughts immediately right thereafter?
It was just trained response, muscle memory.
The evening of October 16th, 2016, Whitney Gray, a young mother of two, was driving with her two kids and her 16-year-old niece. Little did she know, these were her final moments with them before a senseless act of road rage ended her life with a single fatal shot from another driver. Even though the suspect had already fled the scene, Whitney's niece, who witnessed the horrific event unfold, aided detectives in identifying the suspect and pointed them to Christopher Taylor, a trained Army man.
He yelled, "I have kids in the car," and he leaned his head out and said, "I don't give a f***."
What was it that triggered Christopher that not only transformed his image, but also fatally ended a young mom's life?
In war, it's justified, but what I did, I was not.
Shortly after this horrific incident, Independence authorities received multiple disturbing 911 calls from eyewitnesses reporting a harrowing incident they had witnessed.
I only heard one gunshot. She was driving. He cut her off or something, and then I heard the shot. I was behind him, and then I seen him speed off, and then I just pulled over. It was in a white truck or a white SUV.
When the officers arrived at the scene, they stumbled upon a nightmare. They discovered Whitney's lifeless body lying beside her vehicle, while her children and niece were inside the car. As the paramedics arrived and examined her body, they confirmed that Whitney had been shot in her chest and pronounced her dead at the scene. As the officers were frantically searching for the suspect and looking for any potential leads, they immediately shifted their focus to the sole witness of this event, Whitney's niece. She is brought in to record her statement and shed some light on how this incident unfolded.
What were you guys doing this evening? Tell me a little bit about that. Tell me where you guys had been or where you were coming from, okay?
We were coming from Price Chopper.
Price Chopper there, 23rd and Sterling?
Yeah.
So you just left Price Chopper? Who is with you and Whitney?
Just the two boys.
Okay, two boys. Who are they?
And
3-year-old and 8-month-old.
How are they related to, or,
They're Whitney's children.
okay, they're Whitney's boys.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so it's just you four, correct? Okay. Whitney's driving the minivan, correct? You're in the front passenger seat?
yeah.
Okay. Boys are in the back? Okay. Okay, so you just left Price Chopper. You get out onto Sterling there, okay, and you're going north, okay? Okay. When you pull out of the lot, any issues with anyone?
No.
Okay. You pull out, you're going north. What happens?
Some guy starts getting real close to the car, so she gets mad. She brake checks him a little bit.
Okay, so Whitney brake checks him because he's getting too close. And when we say getting too close, he's tailgating you at that point. Did he come right up on you, or was he there? Did you guys?
She noticed it. I didn't.
Okay, so
I
you
just turned
didn't
around
even
and
notice it at that point. Okay. Did she tell you someone was tailgating her, or did she make a comment?
Yeah.
What was her comment?
Someone's riding my.
And at that point, did you look back? Did you see who was?
I turned around right now.
Okay. What could you tell? What type of vehicle it was?
I just saw it was white. I don't
White.
know. Could have been an SUV or a truck.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that here in just a second. Okay. So it's tailgate. You look back and see it's white, and your aunt had told you someone's riding my. Okay. You're still driving northbound from 23rd Street from the Price Chopper there. What happens? I mean.
We get up to a light.
Okay.
And he comes around and he's like parallel to us.
Okay, so he's side by side. Okay, and I think that intersection we're talking about is there at Winter and Sterling. Okay, so do you come to a stop at the light?
Yeah.
And he pulls alongside you. Okay, and so he's on your passenger side.
Yeah.
What goes on at that point? Was there any words exchanged?
She yelled, "I have kids in the car," and he leaned his head out and said, "I don't give a f***."
Okay, hang on one second. Okay, so you're in the front passenger seat. She's driving. Okay, so your window goes, did she roll it down or was it already down?
It was already down.
Okay, so window's down, and she said, I have kids in the car. The driver of this white vehicle said, what?
I don't know.
What happened from there?
She told me to throw the drink at him and we pulled away.
Okay, so Whitney told you to throw a drink at him? So what'd you throw at him?
Water.
Was it a cup of water? And so you threw the water at him. Did it hit the truck?
Yeah.
I'm going to say truck. Hit the white vehicle. Okay, we'll get to that here in just a second. What happened then? What do you recall?
He started swerving over in front of us, and I don't remember anything else.
Recall hearing anything?
I mean, it was just loud, and that's it. Like,
when you say loud, what do you mean loud?
Like a bang, like a gunshot.
Okay, so you heard a bang. When you heard this bang, you think it was a gunshot. What happened in the car? I mean, what's...
She couldn't drive, and we were swerving, so I had to sit on her lap and drive and park the car.
Did she tell you what happened?
She just kept saying she's been shot.
Okay. Did you see blood on her? I mean, where was she bleeding from?
Her chest.
The chest. So you physically got in the driver's seat. She's still sitting in the driver's seat, and you're trying to maneuver the vehicle and get it to stop.
Yeah.
As he was pulled up alongside of you, I say it's a he. Did you see the driver of the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. Describe him to me.
He was white.
A white male?
Yeah.
Okay. Younger, older?
Early 20s.
Early 20s, so like 20 to 25? Okay.
He was kind of skinny.
Looked like he had a skinny build?
Yeah, he had blue eyes.
And why do you say blue eyes?
Because I saw him.
Okay. They stood out to you? That's one thing you noticed. Anything else? What about hair color?
He had a hat on.
Let me ask you this. If you saw him again, could you identify him, do you think?
Yeah.
Had you ever seen this person before? So this was just a random act then? Never met him before? Never met you didn't have any issues with anyone inside the price chopper or anything? Did you ever see the gun or anything? Never saw the gun? You didn't stick it out a window or anything like that?
When he
Right.
shot.
You wasn't looking when he shot.
Where did he shoot from? What angle was he at? Is he beside you, in front of you?
Kind of in front. He was like swerving over into my...
He like swerved over, shot back.
Yeah, I think my understanding is, from what our witness is saying, was that they were side by side. You guys were in the turn lane as if you were going to go west on Winter, and he was in the center lane. And as soon as the light turned, he started to go. As soon as he moved forward, I think that's when the shot came. So I mean, he had just started forward and fired the shot because I think it came through the front passenger window, and it must have hit Whitney from there. Anything else you can think of that I need to know about?
Whitney's niece recalls every detail of the horrifying incident that led to Whitney's unfortunate death. The description of the suspect shared by Whitney's niece would eventually aid the detectives in finding him. Until now, due to low-quality surveillance footage, detectives struggled to locate the suspect's vehicle. However, after reviewing multiple surveillance videos and the constant attempt to track down the suspect, detectives finally uncover a pivotal clue. Surveillance footage from a shopping mart clearly captures the suspect and his vehicle. As the investigation progresses, detectives identify that the car belongs to Christopher Taylor and ultimately approach his residence. Unfortunately, they are once again disappointed as they are unable to locate Christopher there. Then they swiftly shift their focus to his father, James, and take him in for further questioning.
Well, like I said, we're just trying to get your brain going different directions.
Yeah.
To think, stir something up.
Yeah.
Has he ever had any periods like this where he'll not answer the phone, or is this unusual?
He has had periods where he wouldn't answer the phone. Oh, God. Never in a million years would I have thought this. I just, like I asked earlier, hopefully he won't ever know that I'm the one that turned him in, or not turned him in, but gave up all this information.
He didn't come over to your apartment last night or this morning or anything?
No.
Does he have a key to your apartment?
Yes, he does. I forgot about that.
Do you think he'd go to your apartment?
I don't know why he would. I mean, that'd be pretty risky, wouldn't you think? Of course, you don't know. Apparently, he wasn't thinking straight anyway. I know he knows, or he probably thinks that he knows what I would do if I knew that, he had done this, that I would turn him in.
You think
I think he knows that. And we knew that we needed to come here, and tell you guys our suspicions, but then, like I said, conflicting reports on TV. One on Facebook said the guy was tall, had a long beard and long hair. Well, then, immediately you go, oh, well, that's not Chris. Whew.
That was in the process of us filtering out all the reports that we were getting.
Right, yeah.
So, let me see if I find a bottle of water for you or anything.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just hang tight and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Hey, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
Good. I'm Sergeant Hal.
That's him.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm. Hang on.
Where did you find him?
We haven't found him yet.
Oh, okay.
This is a surveillance video, but I wanted to make sure.
Oh, okay.
Give me just a second.
Oh, God.
Our goal is we want to talk to Chris, and we want to get him here to talk to him safely. That's our goal. I know that's your goal.
Yes. But I'll tell you, don't give your life up for it. And I'm serious. He knows he's got to know that you're looking for it.
Yes, sir.
And whether or not he would just give up, I don't know.
Okay.
But
I appreciate your concern there. We're going to do everything to keep everybody safe.
I know you will.
That's our number one goal.
Yeah. And believe me, I hope that I'm coming across as someone that really appreciates you guys.
No, you are.
Yeah.
You've shown a great amount of concern for us and everybody else just coming up here to talk to us. We appreciate that greatly.
Well, you're welcome. I wish it was under different circumstances, but I told him years ago, man, that you get yourself in jail, I won't get you out. You got your ass in there, you can get your ass out. Yeah. So he knew that he couldn't come to me.
Yes, sir.
He can't go to his mom, and I'm being so honest with you guys. I keep thinking about that poor woman where the kids in the car, too. God, why would he do that?
You'll probably never be able to answer that.
I know that.
You'll never know what was going through his mind, or I won't either.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I know.
Who knows?
It's just
there's a lot of unanswered questions for us and everybody right now. So
right.
That's what we're hoping to figure out. So
I was afraid of what I might find if I was able to go in that first time.
Sure.
I was afraid I'd find him dead because he's always been so remorseful about anything, hurting a little animal.
Right.
But people change.
Yeah. And you don't know what his state of mind was yesterday or what was going on or what wasn't going on. So.
Yeah. When he went into the service, he didn't have any outlook ahead of him, and then he went in the service and he really wanted to be in there, you know, that was one of the things that just astounded me, that he wanted to go in. He enlisted. And we thought that, you know,
that's an honorable thing to do.
Yes,
you know?
yes. And then when he came out, he went right to work. And so we thought everything was cool.
Wow.
They just don't have a flashing light on them, do they? That says, I'm turning.
No.
You know, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do is to sit and talk about my son like this. But I wish to God that all these people whose sons are out killing other people would do it.
They could take a lesson from you. They really could.
Well, I hope everyone thinks that.
I think anyone with the right mind and a moral conscience and people that want to do the right thing, I think everybody will think that, sir.
Yeah. I hope so.
James appears completely devastated after learning about Christopher's heinous act. Despite having a distressing moment for James, he honestly relays all the information to the detectives and bravely stands with them to assist them in locating Christopher rather than defending him. The investigators' desperate hunt to find the suspect leads them to a local dealer from whom Christopher had financed the car. The dealer informs them that the vehicle has a GPS tracker and it can be used to track him down. As investigators pursue this lead, they locate the car at La Quinta Inn Hotel in South Dakota. The authorities of Independence, Missouri notify South Dakota law enforcement about the incident, and they immediately dispatch their SWAT team to the hotel. After successfully apprehending Christopher at the hotel, he is taken into custody for questioning. However, the version of events he is about to share will twist the trajectory of this entire case.
You know why we're here. You know what we're wanting to probably talk about. And we've got, especially us, we've got one side of the story that was given to us from law enforcement in Missouri. And kind of just a synopsis of what they did as far as their investigation and what they found out. And we want to see, you know, basically your side of the story and see where it, you know, fits in with their investigation. You seem like a pretty honest guy to me so far, you know. And I'm hoping we can have just a good open discussion and kind of iron out all the details. The incident that we're investigating, obviously, was a gal getting shot. And that happened on the 16th, so that would have been Sunday evening. I'd like to go back to, say, Sunday morning. If you can recall back, you know, Sunday morning and kind of give us a rundown of what you did that day leading up to, you know, this incident happening. And I'll just kind of leave it open to you to just kind of fill us in what your day was like.
Drove into Lee Summit to watch the Chiefs game. Watched the Chiefs game. Left there at 6:15. Left there, went straight to the grocery store, Hy-Vee and Non, and Independence. Bought groceries. Went home. Went to the gas station to get some water. And went back home. Left again. Heading north on Sterling. And I was sitting at the light at 23rd Street in Sterling. There's a vehicle in front of me. Come from one to the right. We started, light turned green, we were going up the hill. And the car in front of me was going slow. And I was just sitting there waiting for them to speed up, but they didn't, so I waited for somebody to clear off to the side, and I sped up and went around them to get up to the speed limit. And right then, the van starts speeding up next to me and yelling at me, and I rolled out the window, and she says, "My kids are in the car." And I said, "Okay, well, you can at least do the speed limit." And I started to speed up. Well, they sped up too, and whoever was in the passenger seat threw something at the car. And with my training and everything, it was almost like reacting to contact. And it was instantaneous. It didn't even think, it just happened. And I don't know why, but it was a negligent discharge without looking. So I fully missed making the shot, but God knows it didn't mean it to happen.
What happened after that?
I freaked the out. I couldn't, it was like, I couldn't believe what had happened. I panicked. I'm like, "Oh my God, what did I do? So I didn't know what to do. I just hit the gas. I turned, I went back home, and I sat there. And I'm like, stewing over this, and I didn't know what the hell to do. I was so freaking scared. And I sat there. I didn't know what had happened. All I knew is that I'd freaking negligently discharged my freaking firearm in the city limits. So I went home, and I heard on the radio that someone was shot and killed, and I freaked out. I couldn't believe it. So I panicked. And I started packing up all my stuff. Originally I was packing it just to freaking get it out. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do. So I put everything in the car and I just started driving. And there we are.
Christopher willingly confesses to the crime, and his account completely aligns with Whitney's niece. His demeanor also reflects genuine remorse for the brutal act he committed. Additionally, Christopher's statement leads the detectives to his past. He claims that, as part of his training, it was an instant impulse that triggered him to shoot Whitney. However, in just a few moments, Christopher is about to share some contradictory statements, leading detectives to question whether the act was truly accidental or premeditated.
Do you shoot your handgun quite a bit? You shoot quite a bit? You ever had a negligent tongue twister, negligent discharge before?
No.
Practicing, training, anything like that? Okay. What do you do to prevent that? You know, what's the kind of the key firearm rule to prevent that?
Keep the finger off the trigger.
Finger off the trigger, finger to register. In your time with the Army, did you ever have any combat experience, anything like that? Okay. How do you think your finger got onto the trigger?
Just do it. I don't know, just bringing it around.
Okay.
I don't know. It was an accident.
Okay. And you panicked after that?
To say the least.
Did it startle you when that thing went off in the car?
Yeah.
Did you have to clean the car out after this? You know, you went home, cleaned the house up, but did you clean out your car, stuff like that?
No.
Did you think the shell casing's probably inside your car then?
No, the handgun was outside the window.
The handgun was outside the window. Okay. You didn't feel it, I know that's going to eject to your right, but it missed the window, huh? Didn't come back inside of your car? Like if your hand's out here like that, some of them will direct far to the rear.
The window was down from when I exchanged words.
Okay. What did you do with the gun?
It's gone.
It's gone?
I tossed it in the river.
Okay.
Where?
Where in the river? You understand that's very important to find out.
I know. That was it's in the state.
In Missouri?
No.
Or South Dakota?
In South Dakota.
Did you say river, like big river?
Yes, the Missouri River.
Oh.
And then the reason I tossed it was because I couldn't stand the thought of having a freaking weapon in my possession that took somebody's life.
Right side, left side of the bridge? As you're crossing, do you remember?
I went across the bridge and came back. So it's on if you're coming from town, it's on the left side. The right side if you're heading into town.
Do you happen to recall what you were wearing the night that this happened?
Exactly what I was wearing.
Exactly what you were wearing. Yeah, I gotta realize it was only Sunday evening, right, that this happened. You got here, do you recall what time you got here?
Into town.
Into Rapid City.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, so not even 24 hours later. So yeah. How long do you think you were at your place before you headed out?
No. I left there at 7 a.m. So.
You stayed at your house. Did you sleep at night at all, or no?
No, I could sleep.
Yeah. You ever have any other confrontations with people like this?
Never.
Never?
Never even been in a fight.
Are there any other things going on in your life that's kind of been rough on you?
No,
your dad was worried about you.
Everything's good. That's the problem. You know what? Everything was good in my life. You know what's worse? The family of that girl that I killed. How the f*** am I gonna live with that, man? So I thought that when I joined the Army that I would be able to do the job. And this is probably a damn good thing that I didn't. That I had to get out. I don't know how anybody could handle doing this. Granted that in war it's justified, but when I did, I was not.
Did you tell anybody else about what happened?
Nobody
that you can confide in?
No. I just freaking panicked. And the whole time I was driving out here, all I could think about was going back and turning myself in. Because there's no way you can run from that. I don't even know why I tried.
Your dad had went to your apartment, wherever you were staying, after the detectives down there went and visited with him, and he'd seen the news, and he'd seen a picture of your vehicle that they'd got from I don't know if it was a convenience store or whatever, and he was concerned about, that it was possibly you because you weren't answering your phone. Were you just avoiding calls, or did you completely take your battery out?
No, the phone was on the whole time, but when I left, I just took the battery out.
What contradicts Christopher's statements is his assertion that it was a negligent discharge and had never happened to him before. Why then does it happen now? What he claims may be true to some extent, but as a man with military training, he is expected to handle such situations without risking human life. So is he merely trying to defend his gruesome action? Or is it the realization sinking in, prompting him to seek sympathy from detectives to avoid the severe penalty he faces?
Well, what did you get the AR for?
I've had it for a long, long time.
Okay. Your dad thought it had been taken out of the apartment. Did you take it when you loaded up to leave, or was it already in your car?
I took anything that was worth a lot of value to me that I just loaded it up and just left.
Were you thinking this stuff could be used for living off the land or something, or is this something that's got a value to it that you can trade in, keep you going?
Yeah.
Or this is my value. This is my stuff.
value.
My stuff.
Yeah, that's my stuff. It's what, you know, I love the outdoors. You know, it's who I am, and I didn't want to leave it behind.
And I think your honesty in this, and you know, whether there's obviously going to be some debate whether it's believed that this was negligent, like you got a gun out of a holster up here and pulled the trigger, if that was an accident or if you meant to crack a round off, but no way in the world did I think I'd hit a car, let alone hit somebody. You know, that's a 1 in 1,000 shot. I think if you're trying to make it, that's going to be debatable. But your honesty, I mean, this is a tough thing to be honest about. It's a tough thing for you to talk about. But the evidence that they have, the witnesses, the things like that, you know, the actual fact of you're in this car, they're in that car, you ended up pointing a gun over and you shot at that stuff, there's all the evidence that backs that. Okay. Your honesty is essentially the biggest tool on your behalf here. And I can tell you're remorseful about what happened. I believe you didn't mean whatever happened with a gun to hit somebody, let alone kill somebody.
You know, you asked a question a while ago, how you're going to be able to live with this. I think you need to understand that you're taking those steps to start that now.
No.
In being honest, you're at least facing it.
No.
Well, then trust me then. You may not think so.
I can't ever live with that. I just think about what it was my family, it was me.
I understand
that.
And I'm not going to sit here and make some stupid statement like, you know, I understand where you're coming from.
Well, I can't ever get over it then. Maybe in the line of duty it's different. Maybe you're protecting your life against a real threat. But this was just freaking reflex. It was muscle. I mean, I was close behind her because she was going so slow. But
right. But when you came around her, you guys were in a pretty average distance.
Yeah. I mean, I got over to the lane completely before I started accelerating forward.
Okay. And nothing exchanged between you two until she caught up that time.
Yeah.
Okay. And did she motion or gesture or give indications that made you feel threatened at any point, or?
No.
Okay.
Just listening to you talk about firearms and stuff like that. You read a lot of firearms magazines, watch any shows like that. You use some terminology that either tells me that you've got the training or you at least got an interest in it.
I have knowledge of it. I mean, like I say, it's what I like.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoy firearms.
We probably won't have the opportunity to talk to you again. I don't know. I guess we could. There were some follow-up questions that we had for you. First step of any possibility of it is being honest. Boy, if you were to just hash this down and deny it, blame it away, you wouldn't have any chance.
No. God will never forgive me.
He does. He forgives.
No. Murder is an unforgivable sin. Yes, it is.
We may or may not cross paths again, but if you got some questions, if you want to talk to us again, you can sure ask. You know, just let the COs know over there. Do you kind of know the process, what's going to happen from here for you as far as
here's what I
getting back to Missouri?
Yeah, I know.
Anything else, Chris, you think you ought to know? I mean, it's an opportunity. It's a conflict situation, and we get that.
I told you everything.
Okay.
All these details ultimately lead the case to its conclusion, and Christopher's demeanor clearly indicates his genuine remorse for his horrific act. However, it still remains unclear whether the act was truly accidental or a deliberate move. To clarify, Detectives lean in for more details, but this time, will Christopher's guilt be enough to save him from a path with no way out?
I'm going to need character witnesses, obviously, when this goes to court. And you can ask anybody that knows me that I'm the laid back, just easygoing. I'll do anything for anybody. I'm not a crazy survivalist prepper. That's not who I am. But I do prepare.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't define yourself as somebody that gets angry quickly over events?
I guess it would depend.
On what's going on?
Yeah, I can't say that I wouldn't. But yeah, it really just depends.
So these character witnesses, would they describe Chris as hot-headed?
No. Very calm, relaxed. Occasionally at work, I get freaking mad. Like something didn't go right. Yeah, I get mad. I'll cuss, but I don't act out in violence or anything like that.
Something that the detectives back in Missouri were kind of curious about. They got a couple things they're curious about. I think we kind of got an idea of what you had done, but did you shave? You had more facial hair. Did you have a full-on beard or just a good...
Just stubble.
Just stubble. Did you shave that before you headed back this way, or?
Right before I left to come up here.
You were at your house? That's what we thought, because that stuff was in your car, and there was no evidence in the motel room. After the shooting incident, when you pulled the gun up, and the gun went off, what was your mind frame and your thoughts immediately right thereafter?
I'll go from as it's happening. Like I mentioned, it felt just like a reaction, like muscle memory. Whatever was thrown at my vehicle startled me enough that I pressed on the gas and automatically just went like that. And when my hand came around, of course I can't put my arm where I can with these cuffs on, and I'm just looking forward and on the finger just, it wasn't intentional, but okay, so getting into your question though, it's like it was just happening and like that. I didn't even freaking know what I was doing. It happened so fast. And right after, I was just freaked out. I said to myself, my God, what the f*** did you just do? What the f*** did you just do?
Did you think that you hit that car or think that you hit a person, or was it the gun just went off?
The gun just went off.
Okay. Did you see anything that would lead you to believe that I hit that car, or I was close to that car, or I hit a person?
I wasn't looking. I just driving. Freaking.
So you had no clue. At that point, the gun goes off. You had no clue where that bullet went. No clue. When you got home, did you see? You're driving away. And in the rear view mirror, did you see that car do anything that led you to believe it? Oh, crap, I wonder if I hit it. Or
I saw him pull over.
How far did it go before it pulled over?
I have no idea.
Okay.
The whole time when that happened was just like almost instantaneous in my mind.
Now, I don't know how to get to Rapid City from Missouri. What's the route you took when you said you left at 7 yesterday morning?
Maybe a little after 7. I don't know what time it was exactly.
What way did you come to Rapid City?
29 to 90.
And then over. Okay. Stop at any convenience stores, anything like that? Gas, stuff like that. You said when you fired that shot, it was more of a holy crap. The gun went off. Didn't know if you hit the car. Didn't know anything about it. I think you touched on this yesterday, but I want to get more clarification. When did you learn that you had hit the car? Well, more so hit a person.
So whenever I got home, I sat around, I don't know how long I was panicking, just freaking out, not knowing what to do. I got on my phone and looked at the news, and that's when I saw the shooting in Independence. And I really started to freak out, but I wasn't sure if anybody had died, shooting. And then, I'm just getting my stuff together. I guess I know that I'm either gonna freaking go to jail or what, but I start packing up all my clothes and everything that, it's not my place. It's a rental place, and I can't leave this place this way. I can't leave that burden to my dad or anything like that to come and try to take care of it. And then at 7 o'clock in the morning, or slightly the day before, whatever, my alarm clock went off for work, and the announcement came over the radio that someone had died in that shooting. That's when I lost it.
How do you try to explain to somebody what you're feeling when they've never gone through the same thing? How do you try to convey those feelings, or how anybody feels? Because we're all different.
Yeah.
But to try to explain, my mindset is, it's like trying to explain how colors look to a colorblind person. And they can hear what you're saying, but they're not really going to understand how you feel or what you think. The prosecution is going to use any type of little tiny thing anywhere in my past or anything to try to paint me as someone that I'm not. Like, that's why we were talking about the whole survival thing, being labeled as a crazy prepper or something like that. That's what they're going to do to me. And that's not who I am.
I've told you all along that you've been honest, and I appreciate that. I don't think you're some bad, hardened criminal that's, think something bad happened, and there's nobody can deny that. Even yourself, you don't deny that. So yeah, we'll look in there and we'll be honest about our conversations. Okay. All right. We'll get you back down here.
Christopher was charged with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. After years of pain and suffering, finally, on June 13, 2018, the Jackson County jury convicted Christopher of first-degree involuntary manslaughter and armed criminal action in Whitney Gray's death. On August 24, 2018, Circuit Judge Marco Roldan sentenced Christopher to 7 years in prison for involuntary manslaughter and 17 years for armed criminal action. Both sentences were ordered to run concurrently.